gets a pass from me today. He's got a pretty sweet looking brow tine on his right side. Not the one we're after. He says, I think I'm gonna go this way. Alright, I'm gonna shut her down. Brr. Brr. Yes. Yes. My camera wouldn't stay. Every time I get the camera on him, the arm would swing over. I just dumped him right there. Whew. Yes, that's the buck I came here for. Oh. There's his buddy. You gotta be kidding me. A couple different times I tried getting the camera onto him. I don't even care. Yes, November 25th, 1 year to the day of my brother's accident. Tell me that it's not a sign right there. Yes. I know you're up there, Bobo. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Tagged out in Michigan. November 25th. That could not be sweeter. There he is. Yes. A stud. That's him. Yes. What? Look at that frickin' brute. He's a brute. Yes. Are you kidding me? Yes, look at the head on that thing. That's a 4-year-old buck. All day long, 4-year-old buck. What a frickin' brute. Yes! That's so cool. All that beam right there. His head is freaking huge. Big old fat snout on him. Yes! I knew for a fact this blind would pay off. If I didn't hunt it too hard, stayed patient, hunted the wind, this blind would pay off. That's the 3rd time I've ever sat in that blind in 2 years. Yeah, baby. There are absolutely no words that can describe this hunt. The way my season's gone, I'll start back in when we were in Ohio. I missed the biggest buck of my life at 20 yards with a bow. That hurt bad. And then come back to Michigan the 3rd day of gun season. Another absolute stud of a buck walks into 100 yards, broadside, picture perfect, and there was a little tiny droplet of water that got in behind my trigger and froze. Absolutely nothing I could do, you know. So 2 of the biggest bucks that I ever killed in my life. One for sure, the biggest buck, and the one here in Michigan, probably still the biggest buck that I've ever killed, would have ever killed. So this, now, you know, I punched one tag a few days ago, and then to come in here and shoot this buck on the exact day that my brother passed away last year, it's just crazy. It's insane. I don't even know how it's possible, but in an absolute stud of a Michigan public land, northern Michigan public land buck. 4-year-old buck all day long, no doubt in my mind. He's actually bigger than what I anticipated he was. And I can't even tell you how good it feels. The ups and downs of this season have been more than ever, you know. Had some awesome encounters this season, and just seemed like anything that could go wrong went wrong. So this deer right here fixes it all. Absolutely completes my season. Northern Michigan, public land, 4-year-old buck. Big old horse head on him. Yes. Yes. The pressure's on. Find a spot way back in the middle of nowhere that you can get into without the deer knowing that you're in there, you know, without being detected on the way in. It'll pay off. It's work, but it will pay off. This is proof of it right here. I'm gonna get this big dog out of here. It'll be a better part of the day getting him back to the truck, so I better get started.
one thing I never do enough of. I thought about it, getting this buck out of here. Giving the credit to the people around me. They deserve it. That's what I'm going to do now. First of all, Alvin and all the Michigan Gone Wild guys, we all kind of work together and do anything we can for one another, make sure we're all successful. But Alvin especially, he does awesome video editing, puts a ton of time into putting the videos up for you guys. Way more work into that than what goes noticed. So huge shout out to him. You guys wouldn't be watching these videos if it wasn't for him. So, second of all, my wife at home, I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for her. My wife and kids, really, both. Sometimes I ask myself if it's worth, all the things that I miss out on with my wife and kids. I miss school events and this and that, to be out in the woods, and definitely feel guilty about it at times. And I still, don't know if it's actually worth it. There's probably a day I'll regret not taking time off from the woods to go spend more time with my wife and kids, But yeah, it wouldn't even be possible to do what I do without my wife at home to watch the kids and take care of my hounds at home and keep everything tied down at home while I'm out here playing. So huge shout out to her. Also, last but not least, my dad. He taught me a lot of what I know, from setting me up in his tree stand with him when I was just 4 or 5 years old. I remember my first hunts with my dad when I was just barely old enough to walk. He'd set me up on the platform of his tree stand and go bow hunting. So he's really the one that got me introduced to all this and taught me a lot of what I know. And if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be where I was at. So I just wanted to take a minute and thank those people. And there's tons more. All the people around me are nothing but encouraging, and everybody has a hand in this. So thanks to all of you. Thanks to you guys watching. Gonna get finished up with the home stretch here to the truck and get back to camp.